Healthy Living with Mila, proudly sponsored by Paradise Beverages, TST Barocco, and Trophy House, and proudly supported by Laguna Hotel.
Welcome to Healthy Living with Mila. I am glad you could all join us once again for another motivation booster on getting into fit and healthy lifestyle.
Last week, our show, we focused on weight loss and we highlighted some of the key health problems affecting many due to being overweight. Excitingly, Mila shared to us our most prized drink, that's lemon turmeric drink. And also, Mila, you were with your Magnus Fit team who did some floor exercise, and I'm pretty sure all of you have taken note of it.
Speaking of weight loss, as what you have mentioned before, we touch on the topic of obesity and emphasize on the growing concern of the increase in numbers of Papua New Guineans becoming obese.
Obesity can lead to a lifetime of health problems like diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problems, and stress. So, how do we control obesity and start a habit to fight being or becoming overweight?
It is really not that hard when one thinks about it, but it can take a lot of mental discipline and willpower for some. Here are few steps that you should be doing to lose weight or to get your weight under control. First is eat a lot more local produce, veggies, fruits, meat, and seafood. Practice eating the right portion of food that the body only requires. Also, get out from a habit of being a couch potato. Stop making excuses. Excuses will be your failure. 6 to 8 hours sleep at nighttime prepares your body to be active tomorrow.
Remember, weight loss formula is 70% from nutritional meals and drinks and 30% from being active and exercising. As Mila said or mentioned some of the most important things, take note of it and invest in being fit and healthy rather than invest in getting sick and bedridden.
I am going to show you guys what are the meals that I have used when I was on a program of losing weight. This time is a breakfast time for us. What you need is a wholemeal bread, egg, 1 tablespoon of vinegar, and of course, black pepper from Paradise Spices. And not only that, we need a true water to boil it so we can put the egg on it. Making poach, you need vinegar, very important. Okay, pour 1 tablespoon of vinegar into the boiling water and a little bit of salt, and then fresh egg from TST. Have a look at that. That is what you call poached egg. One way of cooking an egg, the healthiest way. Okay, what I'll do, I switch this off. I will prepare my bread. I spread 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. Okay, now that this is prepared, I am going to get the poached egg, put it on top of it. Okay, so this is the finished product of your breakfast. And this is complete macronutrients. Now, before you have your main breakfast, have your fruit juice, which has no preservative and no sugar at all, or otherwise the best is to squeeze an orange juice or any kind of a juicy fruit. And also, if you have no juice, you can have your fruit before you're going to have your main meal. Why? Because fruit needs to be eaten first before the carbohydrates, the protein, and fat. The next menu or food that I am going to prepare for you is for your lunch or for your dinner. We are going to use chicken breast. Chicken skin is not advisable for you to eat because this is where all the fat is concentrating. That is dangerous for your heart, dangerous for your arteries. So this is what we're going to do. I am removing the chicken skin. Use a salt. Spread it around and brush it. Why? Because that kind of filament, it's the one that is covering the muscles, the slimy kind of a part, that smells. When you are cooking the chicken, it doesn't give a good taste. That's the cost of it. Okay, so you wipe it, brush the salt, and wash it with water before you are going to prepare it. I'm going to show you the simplest way of cooking a protein. First thing that we're going to do is heat your pan about 1 tablespoon of oil in the pan. I'm going to grab my onion and my garlic. Let it turn slightly brown. Then we'll combine it with our pepper. And then what I am going to do is to pour the chicken. Before I will pour the vinegar first, I am going to put the bay leaves and also a bit of sugar to neutralize the acid from the vinegar and also from the soy. So next is the vinegar, pour it around, and then the soy. Okay, so this is how your chicken adobo should look like. What I'm going to do for the chicken to cook easy, I am going to transfer it into a pot to easily tenderize the meat. Once that it boils, drop the flame low to simmer it. That's where you are going to get a tender meat. So we will wait at least for 15 to 20 minutes for the chicken meat to be cooked. Now what we're going to do, this is optional as I've said before. I am going to cut it into cubes to combine it with the adobo. Okay, now I place the potato inside. Now let us check the chicken. I think it is now tender. The aroma is just fantastic. That is your complete, affordable meal for lunch or for dinner. All these ingredients, you can get it, you can buy it from Starland, and all the spices from Paradise Spices, and the sauces, condiments, you can avail that from TST 4 Mile. Don't forget, chicken adobo, 1 cup of rice is good for losing weight, affordable. So, we're going to have a break, and don't forget, next week, it's another breakfast and also lunch or dinner meal preparation. I'll see you later.
Welcome back to Healthy Living with Mila. Last week we showed you on how you can combine basic functional movements to exercise. We covered squat, lunges, push, pull, and body rotation. Or you can say body twist.
The exercise is called floor step aerobic. Aerobic exercise targets to strengthen the heart and lungs, and also that exercise is also called cardiovascular exercise. This week, fitness topic is about body strength.
Strength training works with muscle by applying force that will work the muscle to fatigue. Strength training with cardio training is effective to lose body fat and build up muscle mass.
How does the combination of a cardiovascular and a strength training works? The heart and lungs supplies oxygen via the red blood cells to the working muscle tissues. Then, the muscle uses this oxygen to produce energy for body movements. And at the same time, the blood transport the nutrient that supplies vitamins, minerals, as well as other nutrients that will help to break down the body fat molecules, which these fat molecules will excrete or pass through sweat, urine, and feces. Plus, other nutrients will build up the muscle, and that nutrients coming from protein, which the nutrients, they call it amino acid. That is a building block of the body that will assist to increase the metabolic process in the body, which the result is losing body fat and body weight. Now, Meru, I am going to change into my fitness gear to join the Magnus Fit for our exercise of the day. I would like to introduce the Magnus team who will join me today. Tyra Pope is going to show you the beginner's fitness level. Whoop! Tracy Carrillo is going to do the intermediate, and Kamuna Boy is going to do the advanced. Now, we're going to show you guys the interval training. Why? Because the topic this week is about body strength. And we are going to incorporate it with the cardio training, which is really good to strengthen your muscles, your joints, your heart, and your lungs. And number one, to burn body fat, to lose your body weight. We have the dumbbell, we have the plate weights, and also the medicine ball. And most especially, we are still going to use our body weights. Start here, just toe touch, side to side. Now, flex and flex your leg towards your back. Now, pull and push. Pull, push. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You remember? 10 minutes of doing any kind of warm-up, even you're doing your jumping or whatnot. As long as your heart rate is pumping up, you're feeling the warm of your body, that's part of your warm-up. No, 2 and 1, and bring yourself down on a kneeling position, one leg to the front. This is stretching your butt your quadricep, your hamstring, and also your calves. Count, stay there for 15 to 20 seconds. Inhale, exhale, back straight, press your hip to the front. And release, bring it in. Now sit on your supporting legs for your calves and also your hamstring again. Inhale, exhale, and release, and up. Now, the inside of the legs. Now, press the inside of the legs, and that is also stretching your butt. And release, bring both of your knees together. Open your arms, the same thing. Both arms to the front and stretch your back. And also one way of doing it, guys, on a cat position and drop your knees, drop your butt on the floor. And pull your middle back right towards the sky. You inhale and you exhale. And release. Now one arm's right side of the palm to stretch your tricep and down. Give a pressure on your shoulder. And release. Now this arms underneath your chest and press the shoulder. And release. Now to stretch your psoas and piriformis, bring one of your leg across. And this is where the piriformis is from that you're stretching, and likewise you are stretching your psoas. And release. Don't forget, breathing is important when you are doing your exercise and also your stretching. We're going back on our feet to show you the main exercise. Now, leg curl, and bicep and tricep. Well done. Now, this time, what we're going to do is grab your ball, medicine ball, and what we will do is we will show you guys the reach and slam the same time as we squat. When we squat, it should be out from your hip width. Okay, ready and down. We're doing this for 1 minute. Now 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and release. And here you go, guys. Back to your leg curl. 5, 4, 3, and L now. Go. Back, L, side, good, and back. And now back to the plates. On the plates, we're going to do the strength training or resistance training by using it to push it up and down together with the lunges. Push, down, and up, down, up, down. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now back to cardio. Just jump here. Okay, the last one that we're going to show is your dumbbell. Open 90 degrees from your elbow, and we're going to use your upper arms up as we squat down. Ready for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hold, and release. Now guys, time for cool down. Can you see that we are slightly popping up? It means we challenge our heart, we challenge our lungs, and that is good to strengthen your your heart, your cardiovascular. After the warm up, the stretching is on the floor. Guys, what you have taken notes and learned, the stretching after the warm up is what you're doing here. We're running out of time, but next time we will show you more technique on stretching. Welcome back. To be productive and to reach your goal, challenge yourself. Challenge your current ability and capability. During exercise, like for example, walking, gauge your breathing. Is when you are gasping for breath but still be able to talk, like barely talk. This is when you are on this state in reaching your maximum heart rate. Count at least 15 to 20 seconds before you slow down to rest. There are gadgets to measure your heart rate that you can get it from the shop. And that is one thing of also measuring your fitness level. Next challenge is body or muscles strengthening. Okay, once that you feel, when you're doing exercise and you feel that your muscles or your body is getting burning sensation, don't stop at once. Count for 15 to 20 seconds before you rest. And also the challenge that you can do is to watch what you eat and drink. Remember the 4 basic food groups: veggies, which has carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. There is a saying, what you eat is what you are. Our body requires nutrients for energy, of course we need that, for strength, and to maintain healthy. So, therefore, eat a complete balanced food, but with a proper portion of food.
Please don't forget to drink water to stay hydrated. Especially these days. You'll notice that the heat and the humidity is too much for you. Well, that's true. Drinking water helps our body and it keeps you hydrated. It also helps in flushing out toxins from our body and it helps us feel much more better. Replace sugary and caffeinated drinks with water. You'll notice how much it works wonders to your body to lose weight and you feeling much more healthier.
Practice to relax at night, to be able to sleep well for 6 to 8 hours. Lack of sleep causes seriously disrupt the hormones that regulates the metabolism processes. Will cause gain weight and lack to concentrate or being alert at work, school, and your everyday activities. Feeling lethargic or exhausted is also the cause of lack of sleep, especially at midday and mid-afternoon. It shortens your lifespan. The worse it contributes on aging process.
What we just discussed with you, this information can be downloaded from EMTV website under Healthy Living with Mila. Remember, weight loss formula is 70% from nutritional meals or food and drinks and 30% from being active and doing exercise.
And remember, chocolate is not bad to eat, provided you eat the right amount that your body requires. And also, 50% of cocoa in a chocolate is good.
Good.
Queen Emma, this chocolate here is 75% cocoa, which guarantee you to provide a high antioxidant your body requires.
And that wraps up the show. Once again, send in your photos with your detail for our viewers challenge. Until next week, enjoy the rest of your evening viewing MTV. Healthy living with Mila. Goodbye.
Via which is in bones. Ay, ay, ay.
Healthy Living with Mila, proudly sponsored by Paradise Beverages, TST Barocco, and Trophy House, and proudly supported by Laguna Hotel.